People often ask me how I managed to get so much done in 1 week. And this is something that I've learned over a period of time. I used to be terrible at planning what I was going to do during the week, and I would kind of just go with the flow. And it meant that I didn't really achieve the results that I wanted to achieve. So each week would kind of come and go and would be sort of random, and the results would be sporadic. This framework, which I'm going to show you, called the winning week, really helps you to focus on the activities that are going to drive you towards achieving fantastic results in your life and achieve this kind of balance around all of the different competing demands on your time. So whether that be spending time with your family, on your business, on your health and fitness, on your hobbies. So all of these things you need to plan into your week, and don't leave it to chance, otherwise it won't happen. And that's what I've realized is a really transformational thing for me, is that if you fail to plan, then prepare to fail. And this winning week formula is really easy to do, and it will really help you get on top of achieving your goals and getting great results. So just like my other training videos and coaching videos that I've done, I really recommend that you do this on a physical piece of paper. So don't try and do it in Excel or in PowerPoint or anything like that. Take a piece of A4 paper out, get a pen or a pencil, and start sketching this out. It really helps to get your thoughts together. So the first thing, I'll just quickly draw. Imagine this is your piece of paper, and on this blank piece of paper, what you want to do is write the title, which is the winning week. Put a line across there, and then you want to divide this up into each day of the week. So you've got 7. So the way that I do that is kind of try and get kind of 3 in here, 3 lines in there, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So those are your days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you want to plan your whole week out. At the bottom here, you want to write all of the things that you want to achieve in the week. Okay, so you might want to include things like time with your family, some hobbies, maybe it's golf, maybe you want to watch some sport, maybe you've got a date night you need to plan in. So make a note of the things that are all important to you, and really think about where you want to spend your time to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So maybe you've got some fitness goals. So fitness would be one thing that you need to fit in. But maybe there's things that you should be doing that you're not currently doing. So maybe reading, is one thing that you just don't currently fit into your current schedule, but you want to. So these are the things that you want to do. Now, just grab another couple of pens so you can do different colors. Down the left-hand side here, you want to kind of break this up into the hours in the day. So you've got sort of 6 a.m. maybe starting here, 6 a.m. And then draw your lines across, 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you fit them in, obviously, on your piece of paper. So put your times of the day down there in hour blocks. And then what you start to do on here is start to fill out the blocks on here. And this is the reason it's called the winning week is because this then becomes a repeating pattern every week. You don't do this every week. This is something you plan in advance and you do kind of once, and then you run with it for a while, and then you make some adjustments. So, because when I first did this, I didn't get it right the first time, for sure. I need to adjust. So one of the things that I always do is I get up at the same time every morning and I do the gym. So gym from 6 till 7:30, let's say. So put gym in there. And then one of the things that I do is I do an hour of reading every day. So block that out. So the same across here. Gym, reading. Okay, and fill that out. Now, you may not do the gym every day. I do it 6 days a week. So that is rest time for me. That's actually my kind of lie-in day is on a Sunday because I work out 6 days a week, and then Sunday becomes my lie-in and cuddle time with my wife, as I call it. And also, fill in the rest of these accordingly. And what you're trying to do here is embed good habits in here that mean that you achieve all of these different competing needs on your time. So put in the things that you, are kind of like the anchors, the big rocks that you need to fit in. That analogy, if you get a glass and you try and if you put the sand in first, then you can't get very many big rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first and then the smaller rocks and then pour the sand in, you can get a lot more in the glass. The same idea in here. Get the big rocks on, okay? Maybe there's a date night, that you have every Monday. Date night. For me, that's a dance class with my wife on a Monday, so we do that together. There's other things you put in your anything to do with your family. Maybe you spend some time with your children if you've got those, bedtime, maybe reading them a story, whatever works for you, right? It's very dependent on the things that you want to put in, but put the big rocks first. Okay, big rocks first, then put in the sort of other things around that, so the medium rocks, and then the small stuff in around that. So you'll gradually start to fill this out. One of the things that I've found really helpful as well, especially with regards to your working days, is to have theme days. So what I mean by this is that my Monday is, I call Management Monday, because I put in all my one-to-ones with my team. So this whole block here is one-to-ones with the team, so it kind of becomes Management Monday. Friday is a strategy day for me, so that becomes strategy. So Friday is a kind of day when I don't put any meetings in because I want to have a full day where I can just do some thinking about strategy and plan and really be free of interruptions in that. Really try hard not to scatter meetings randomly around your diary. So I tell my executive assistant that any external meetings to try and arrange for Wednesday. So Wednesday becomes kind of meeting day. Meetings, that whole day is assigned. So my EA helps me with this by scheduling in meetings there. Now, of course, there's situations where you can't put meeting in there, so you need to put it in on the day. But I really try to reserve these blocks of time in order to be able to focus on one task. Real problem with multitasking and switching activities is that you lose your train of focus and you keep constantly task switching. Then I'm going to give you one final tip in planning your week, and this is a really important one. If you've got a recurring meeting, so every Wednesday I have a senior management team meeting for 2 hours, SMT, so I'll just put it in there as an example. One of the things that's really important when you're scheduling your time is to put buffer time around meetings. So one of the problems that I used to have is that I used to fill my diary up back to back all the way through. And what that means is that every time you have a meeting overrun, you then rush off to the next one, you're late coming onto the call, and you're saying, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, the other meeting ran over. That causes the next one to run over, or people having to backtrack on what they've said, and it just disrupts the meeting. So what I do is I always book out a buffer block just before the meeting and a buffer block just out after the meeting. So what do I use that time for? So the bit before the meeting, what you do in there is you get your head in the right place for that meeting. So if you're thinking about what that meeting's about, who's going to be there, what the objectives of the meeting are, were there any points that came from the last meeting that you had that you need to follow up on? So really getting your head in the right place for that next meeting, so that when you join, you're on time, your mind is in the right place, you're not flustered, you're not turning up late, etc. And then the time after the meeting, I call that buffer time, post-meeting. So that's a great opportunity to make any notes from the meeting, follow up any actions, so do them right there and then. So don't put those actions on your backlog. Why don't you do them there and then? You know, if you need to send an email to somebody as a result of that meeting, write the email there and then, done. That's off your list then. You don't have to come back to it, you don't have to think about it. Your mind is already in the right place for that meeting as well. So you've got the context in your head, it's fresh in your mind. You're not trying to think back, 2 days ago. It's fresh in your mind and you've done that action. And then once you've done that, then you move on to the next activity. So this buffer time before and after a meeting, absolute game changer for your productivity. In summary, that is the winning week formula. I hope you find that as helpful as I did. Check out my other videos as well with productivity tips about goal setting, on prioritization, and so on. So I hope you find that useful. Do this on a piece of paper and record it. Now what you'll need to do after a period of time is run with this for a period of time, see how it works, and then you might need to make some adjustments. So maybe you find that the gym in the morning doesn't suit you, okay, as a thing. I used to try and fit the gym in the evening. I find that I never went because I felt tired and lethargic in the evening. That's just me. That I want to spend time with my family, so then it would get very late, and then I would be thinking that I wouldn't have time before I needed to go to bed and get some rest. So it just didn't work in the evening. So I moved that to very early in the morning. I get up, I get the gym done, I do my reading, and it energizes me for the day. So you'll be different, and you'll need to play with your winning week to set it up exactly as you want. But I promise you, this was a real game changer for me, was not letting the week plan me, plan the week instead. Hope that helps. See you on the next one.